today, when I cook my lunch, I want to talk about, well, it's just something I've been thinking about. So there's this like joke that I don't know if you've heard or not, but it goes something along the lines of a policeman walks down the road and he sees there's this drunk guy sprawling around on the floor underneath a lamppost. And he says to the policeman says to the guy, "What are you doing?" And the drunk guy goes, "Oh, I'm looking for my keys, I can't find my keys." And so the policeman's looking, I told this really badly. So it's night time and there's a drunk on the floor under a street light looking for his keys. And obviously the policeman's saying, "Well, I can't see them, but did you drop your keys here?" And the drunk goes, "No, I dropped them over there, but this is where the light is." So, boom. So although it's a kind of stupid joke, and extremely badly told, it's actually a lot more profound than I think anyone realises. Because the point is, we tend to always try to solve our problems based on like the light of where we've always solved our problems. And I think it probably doesn't even matter, what domain you're trying to figure stuff out in, whether it's like health and diet or politics or anything. I mean, when I say politics, I really mean society, because I don't really believe in politics anyway, which is the looking under the light bit. So for instance, right now in Spain, I live in Spain, there's a big hoo-ha going on about whether the Prime Minister is going to resign or not. He announced it on Friday and today's Monday. He's going to let us all know today about whether he's going to resign or not. And it's to do with like corruption allegations with his wife, like influence trafficking and stuff like that. And to be honest, I'm not really even interested in whether it's true or not, because it's corrupt. I mean, corruption is basically the basis of politics anyway. Because as soon as you become a politician and you've got to compromise to get anything done. Well, like, compromise, if you've got a strong conviction, surely that's just selling out. I don't know. I'm not a politician. But instantly, like, Spain's polarized. So we've got like the people who believe that the allegations are all true are like, that's it, he's gotta go. And then you've got the other side where it's people who don't even care whether the allegations are true or not. They're just voting or like acting against the side that is saying that they're true. So there's like celebrities and all kinds of people coming out, "Oh, we support the Prime Minister," and all stuff like this. But they're in the right to do whatever they want. I don't care. But you can't hide the fact that they're just standing for what the others are against. And that's all it is. And it's just no way to solve any kind of problem. I mean, how is this helping? And it's just a complete distraction, because there's so much bad stuff going on I mean, Spain is a corrupt country. You know, I've lived here for long enough to it's just completely apparent. I'm not saying that it's more corrupt than anywhere else, necessarily, but it's just that I can see it here, and sometimes I think it's just like a lot more blatant. You know, I think it probably comes from the fact that there was a dictatorship, and the people in power were just used to not having to give any type of explanation as to why they were doing anything anyway, and that's just kind of become the norm. There's just like this, you know, a strange level of I can't think of the word in English. In Spanish it's prepotencia, which kind of means like because you just so obviously feel yourself so much superior, then you don't, why would you even bother giving an explanation for it? And that's just like politicians are just like that, yeah. And it doesn't matter what side they're from, it doesn't matter whether they're like right wing, left wing, centrist, whatever, there's just this level of like, I don't need to explain myself to you, foolish voter. That's kind of something that, although I think in other countries it also exists, but it's kind of frowned upon. Or like so in the UK, where it's all driven by constituencies. You know, the actual constituency does have a lot of power over the local MP. Whereas in Spain it's driven by lists. So you just have like a big list of people, and like the more votes you get, the more people on the list get like sent to parliament. So there's literally no person is accountable for like a direct geographical place, you know what I mean? There's no constituency. So, you know, that leads to what it leads to. And it's really depressing because, you know, what's going to change anyway? So he quits, then what happens? It's just another leader comes in, and then it's business as usual. You know, although like I can understand, or basically the people who want to see this guy gone, just like hate him and hate everything that he stands for. But that doesn't help anything. It's like, I don't understand people who vote, basically, who think that it's all really, really, really important. You know, you've got to vote because it's just so important. But they just go around basing all the decisions on how much they hate the other guy. It's not about, oh, let's do something constructive. We just hate the other guy. And I mean, that's just not unique to Spain. I mean, look at the US right now. I mean, does anyone seriously think that Trump or Biden are actually good candidates? I mean, really? You know, are we that nuts? Well, I'm not American, so do I care, but it's like, you know, is anyone that nuts that they can actually say, you know, Trump, what a great guy, or Biden, what a... Can anyone even argue that Biden's there? He doesn't even seem to be. But they've pulled this masterful trick. It's just it's just masterful. Because it doesn't matter what your guy's like. You just have to argue the point that the other guy is terrible. It's like, it's just so absurd. I mean, talk about shit sandwich. It's like, you know, if it was any other way, imagine you're like, okay, you can eat dog shit sandwich or a cat shit sandwich. Which one? And it's like, well, let me think. Now I hate cats, so I'll go for the dog shit sandwich. You know what I mean? It's just exactly that. You know, voting, it's been said lots and lots and lots of times, but choosing the lesser of two evils is still choosing evil. And it is. It just absolutely is. So, you know, is that really what democracy is meant to be about? Because if that's like your best sell, then like, I don't think we need it. Thank you very much. We can keep it. And when I say that, people automatically go into the, if I don't believe in democracy, then I obviously just want a dictatorship. And it's like, it's not that at all. How can you be so stupid? What I'm saying is, you rule yourself. You know, why does someone else get to choose? Right, so in Spain, now you can't keep a rabbit. You're not allowed to have a pet rabbit or a pet budgie. Nobody voted for that. Nobody voted for that. That was not on any party's agenda of, and at the next election, we'll make it illegal to own a bunny rabbit. But somehow, you know, this is democracy, it's the people's will. It's like, what people's will? I mean, are we saying that this country, Spain, is just so great that the only thing that we have to worry about is whether like it's cruel to keep a bunny rabbit or have a budgie? I mean, really? Is that it? But that's the problem. People just have to look under the light, because like, this is the only paradigm that we can see. This is the only way that we can ever fix something. It's just by, well, the other guy would be so much worse. And it's just, you know, we're not going to get anywhere. I mean, imagine you want to turn over a new leaf and look after your health. You're not actually going to get anywhere if you're just choosing the lesser of two evils all the time. I mean, you won't. It's like, oh well, let me see, what's better for me? Or what's worse? Ice cream or custard? And it's like, no, you shouldn't be eating dessert. You know, have a dessert once a week or whatever, you know, I'm not saying give everything up. But you're not going to get anywhere good by just choosing the healthiest dessert when you go to a restaurant. Or, you know, it's like, well, what's worse? If I sit down like all day, or if what's worse? Not going for a run or not going for a walk. It's like, well, what? You know, what do you mean? Oh well, I'll not go for a run because that's just not as bad as not going for a walk. So that's not going to get you anywhere, is it? But somehow it's kind of obvious. It's obvious in everything that isn't to do with voting that choosing the least worst thing is like, well, right, so my son's got really bad marks at school, what shall I do? Shall I punch him in the stomach or punch him in the head? Well, you better not punch him in the head because you might give him brain damage. Alright then, I'll just punch him in the stomach then. You know, it's not good. But now you've got to vote. And it's your duty because people somehow died for the vote or something like that. I don't know. Don't we get this all the time? People have suffered for your right to vote. It's like, give it a rest, will you? And does anyone actually believe that? Just because at one point in time we couldn't do something doesn't mean that it was only achieved by the struggle of the proletariat. I mean, it's just nonsense. I mean, the whole reason that like power devolved from like some kind of centralized king is because it just didn't work. It's just too much hassle. Can you imagine? I mean, do we seriously think that it wasn't a best thing for like the power hierarchy to devolve itself so that everyone thinks that they're in control and, oh yeah, we'll pay our taxes voluntarily? I mean, back when the king was completely, absolutely ruled everything, How much income tax do you think people were paying? How about none? You know, like, and now that we're so free, then we just get, you know, I don't know, like half of everything that we make is just taken away from us. And every year I have to pay for the fact that I've got a house. You know, how does that work? And everything that I buy, 20% of that gets taken away. And you know, that's just completely fine. Everything's normal, carry on. So that's what we get for like not daring to look, you know, outside of the normal place under the light, because that's where it takes us. It's such a con. You know, just do what you've been told. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you've been told, and everything will be alright. Or at least it won't be as bad as if the other guy gets it. And like in somewhere like Spain, it's much easier to polarize the people, because there is like a history of, I mean, I think any country that's had a civil war, you know, there's a deep scar in the country's psyche that it just doesn't go away. And I think it, like any type of healing, I think that there needs to be like a conscious effort to actually make it better. And it's actually in nobody's interest to do that, because a polarised public makes for great politics, because you can just get people fired up over the other guy, rather than coming along and having some kind of constructive idea of, you know, let's do this, but I think we should do this. This is a problem. You know, let's talk about how we can fix it. No one even needs to bother doing that. Not that I believe in getting everyone to, you know, let's get together and let's see what we can do, and like, okay, well, 5 of us want this and 4 of us want this. Well, the 5 win. That's just not a good way to not live in a polarised society. You know, that's not going to get you away from polarisation. But I kind of wish that at least someone would pretend that we could fix things, you know, or pretend that there was a need to like heal the collective, you know, what is it, PTSD. Spain just totally suffers from PTSD. My dad has got PTSD from his from when he grew up. And he's always telling me about, you know, when the police, well, the Guardia Civil, put like a rifle in his face and stuff like that, him and his mates when they were in the car. I mean, I get it, that can't be good. But that's just where we are in Spain right now. And it's kind of, I guess that's probably like America as well. There's a lot of things that need healing there that just aren't going to get dealt with. I think that's why it's such a powder keg at the moment in America. You know, all like the racial tensions and political tensions and all the, I mean, right now the protests that are happening on campuses, you know, about the, you know, either pro or against Israel and, you know, all this, it's just, I can't help but think that it's all to do with some kind of, something else is boiling away under, and it's just like it's called these things, but it's not that. You know, it's something much more, I don't know what to say, sinister, or, but there's, you know, there's other undercurrents causing that. And I think that, you know, it could happen pretty much everywhere. You know, because there's a lot of things going on right now. Like this whole Ukraine thing that is only kind of half being talked about now. Like there's just so much money being funneled out to Ukraine and no one's talking about it, which is kind of weird. But I think that's the point. I think, you know, politics is just a big distraction. I think that's what it's for. It's just there to like not to the opposite of getting people. It's not for getting people to you know, think about the issues constructively and, hey, how can we fix this? Nah, it's just like, ooh, look at that wall, ooh, look at that, is. See how bad that guy is. Look, his wife said such and such. And that's just basically what politics is. So I've cooked my lunch again, like I do every day. Gonna go downstairs, eat it. All very nice. Have a good day, and see you in the next video.